old bell, big old bell, big old bell, big old bell, big old. If it's home, it's home, I'll let it in.
Been a busy few days, so I feel like I'm like, okay, you're ready.
You're like, let's inject the coffee now.
Yeah.
I hear that.
Are we still taking turns?
We can go for it.
Okay, all right, we're going to take turns asking questions. We're going to go with that. So, and you are? No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I know who you are.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, I'm kidding. I'm just having fun. Okay, so I will start with the easiest question. Tell us where we're at when the new season starts. Where are you at? What are the fans going to be the most excited about?
So we start off and we are back in Scotland, which I think is going to be very exciting for the fans because we're back in Lallybroch, which is, sort of Jamie's ancestral home. He's a lot more sort of anxious about it, I think, than Claire. Claire's just like, oh, great, we're back in Scotland. But then, things start to go awry. We've got some sad goodbyes in Scotland, and then Claire needs to go back to Philadelphia, and there she starts to get embroiled in some political intrigue, and that sets off a very dangerous and dramatic sequence of events.
So very different from all the previous seasons.
Exactly.
Where Claire's just relaxed and lets things happen around her, right?
She's an agent of chaos. Yeah, what can I say?
That's all.
Oh, I love that for her.
She has to be prepared. She's very prepared.
Very prepared. I'm very impressed.
She's impressed. Yeah.
Not like this, just pulling it out of the air.
It's just like, oh, here's this basic question about the season.
I'm the opposite. I'm total chaos also. So.
It's the 10th anniversary of Outlander coming to the screen. What do you think has been Claire's greatest lesson in the past 7 seasons?
Such a good question.
Ooh. I mean, there's a couple of lessons she should have learned. Don't like blow your top when something happens. No, I think she's learned to temper her impulses a little bit. I think that's something that both Jamie and her have, how they've evolved. I think she was very hot-headed when she was younger. And that kind of quest for seeking justice and standing up for, anyone who's being mistreated or anything, it's still there. But I think she's just a little less impulsive about it. And I think she's realized that, with Jamie, sometimes you've got to let him blow the steam off and then wait, and then he'll come back and you can sort of then have the proper conversation.
So nervous. In this new Hollywood, in this new entertainment world, we have a lot of stronger woman character, but this kind of stronger woman are always like, okay, this woman is stronger than men, is smarter than men, better than any man. But Claire is obviously she's not more stronger than Jamie, and probably she is more smart than Jamie. Do you think a woman needs to be better than men for being stronger? And
no.
In that line, in that line,
okay.
Do you think you are a strong woman?
I mean, I'm a person, so I have strengths and weaknesses, and some days one part of me might be strong, and then the next day that same part will be not so strong. I think what you're talking about is equality, right? And I think we've had to overcorrect many, many years of patriarchy, and so that's why sometimes you see these roles being pushed of like, it's like it's not just enough to be equal, you have to be better. And maybe that's just because we are trying to overcorrect something. But I believe in humanity, right? And I believe in the equality of everybody, and I don't think that, women can survive without men just as much as I don't think men can survive without women. And we need to support each other and be respectful of each other and appreciate the qualities that we all bring to the table that are different. But I don't think it's it's not a simplistic thing. I think it's like everyone's very individualistic, and we will all have strengths and weaknesses in various different places. So.
Since we're at New York Comic Con,
Yay.
I'd like to theme my question around fans, because the fans are so passionate about the show. They love you so much. I mean, I'm sure I don't need to tell you that. You get so much love on socials, and just, I'm sure you're going to get so much love at the panel and at the convention in general.
Hopefully no tomatoes.
There's going to be such a line for that panel. But I wanted to ask, do you personally have a moment that you consider to be the most meaningful fan interaction you've had? I'm sure they're all special, but maybe a fan telling you they felt seen by your character, felt, resonated with your storyline, anything like that that made you pause and think like, wow, my work is having an impact and having an effect on audiences.
One of the things that I value the most, I don't do very many conventions, but when I do, I tend to get a lot of letters. And it's very hard. People bring gifts and they're so generous and sweet. And, I'm not coming with 2 empty suitcases, so it's so hard to bring everything or anything. But the thing I always keep is the letters. And I have a massive box of all fans' letters at home. And I try to read all of them. And I think it's just so amazing how, I don't feel responsible because I'm a part of the show and a part of the, this thing that's been created that's, it's not ours, it's everybody's. And the fact that, I've watched things that have given me comfort or made me feel stuff and understood sort of where I'm at in my life a little bit better. And the fact that I get to be part of something that does that for other people too is amazing. So I'm not sure that there's one particular, but the letters have always, they blow me away, and I feel so humbled and also so privileged to be able to be a part of that.
I think that's so beautiful that you keep all the letters. That is so meaningful. And I know
it means a lot because they put a lot into it, and I understand they really do.
And it's so special. I'm so glad to see that.
Well, my question is more about the journey. So you've been doing this for 10 years. And how's
11.
The journey? 11 now. Oh my God.
We've been filming for 11.
So it's like your character has evolved, but also you as a person evolved with it. Can you tell me how that journey has been for you, like the experience?
Yeah, I think, God, when I started, I was so inexperienced as an actor. I was really inexperienced in, being anybody wanting to talk to me about my work. It's like I hadn't been a part of anything where I'd really done press or anything like that. And, I think more than just the experience and growing in that side, I think the confidence that I've gotten, and I think especially, I came from fashion, and I had probably this very huge insecurity about the fact that, oh my God, I used to be a model and people are just going to think she's an idiot and she's not really. And I think what I'm the most proud of is that I sort of got over those fears, and I've always wanted to direct, and it was no, actually you can do this stuff, and it's okay, you didn't go to you didn't finish university and all those kind of things. And it's it's just having confidence in yourself and not letting those insecurities sort of stop you from doing things, maybe.
What was that mantra that went in your mind that got you through that? Because I know we all have those self-doubt moments, right?
Yeah, I think it's just seeing other people do it and just being you've got one life. Are you really just going to sit back and not do it? It's no one else is going to do it for me. No one else is going to make me do it. And it's I think you just get to the point where you're sick of looking at other people doing the thing that you want to do, and you just gotta. One of my favorite things is big girl pants. Got to put my big girl pants on. Just put those pants on. It's be a grown up, So that's it.
Would I be able to ask a follow-up question?
Sure.
By all means.
Something you said just inspired a follow-up question. So you had mentioned you come from fashion, and obviously a big part of transforming into a character, besides the mindset and prepping, is the costumes. I'm curious for you, how has that affected your approach in getting into that character, that mind space? And is there any small detail maybe in the wardrobe that surprised you in the way that you portrayed the character? Maybe something you came up with?
Well, I mean, I have always, I think because I came from fashion and I used to do a lot of fit modeling, so I understand when tailors and seamstresses and stuff are talking about seams and what maybe needs to be done, and if something feels, I love all of that stuff, and I love the craftsmanship and and we have like an atelier at our studio. It's like couture, and especially my costumes. I'm like, they're incredible. But from very early on, Terry and I had a lot of discussions about sort of who Claire was and it was that marrying of a modern woman with these things. So like the pockets, fought so hard for those pockets, and I always have a pocket every time, because I just feel like Claire's a practical woman, and I think that was and even when Trisha Bigger, when Terry left and Trisha Bigger came in, we were having conversations, and Trisha, I think, came from more of a aesthetic, and I was like, no, she has to be practical. I was like, I don't care if it doesn't look as flattering, it has to be practical. And then Nadine Powell, who's now our costume designer for this final season, she was amazing. And again, it's just that like, I feel like her and I had such an incredible collaboration with Claire's stuff and like what she needs and what she would wear. All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody.